12 Stoic Secrets for Doing Your Best. Remember the journey of self-improvement as your North Star. Every step taken with intention builds the road to your best self. Imagine navigating your entire life, believing that every setback and challenge prepares you for something greater. While this may sound like yet another inspirational quote you might encounter on social media, what if I told you that it embodies a principle rooted in an ancient philosophy that has stood the test of time? I'm referring to Stoicism, a philosophy that not only teaches us how to endure life's battles, but also encourages us to embrace them, transforming our struggles into strengths. Today, we will delve into the essence of Stoicism, exploring how this timeless wisdom can serve as a beacon of hope during our darkest moments, and as a daily guide for living with purpose and resilience. Whether you are facing personal trials, professional challenges, or the everyday chaos of life, the teachings of Stoicism provide a roadmap for not just surviving, but thriving, reminding us that the path to a fulfilling life lies not in changing our circumstances, but in altering our response to them. If you've ever felt as if you're constantly battling against the tide, wondered how to find peace amid the storm, or are simply curious about how ancient wisdom can illuminate our modern lives, then you've come to the right place. Join me as we explore how to harness the principles of Stoicism to transform our challenges into significant victories, learning to live with intention, integrity, and an indomitable spirit. Together, let's embark on this journey of discovering how to turn the obstacles in our path into stepping stones for our most significant personal growth and evolution. As we embark on this transformative adventure, I invite you to subscribe and stay with us throughout the entire video. Each moment is designed to inspire and empower you, and you won't want to miss a single part of this life-changing exploration. Have you ever found yourself settling for less than you are truly capable of? This is a common theme in many of our lives, as we often coast through days, weeks, or even years without questioning the boundaries we impose on ourselves. But there's a powerful question: why not? It's a simple inquiry, yet it can potentially unravel layers of complacency and fear that hold us back. Now let's infuse this exploration with a dose of Stoicism. The Stoics were not passive observers of life. They were proactive thinkers, consistently examining their lives, decisions, and actions through the lens of virtue and self-improvement. When faced with a challenge or a decision, a Stoic would ask themselves, why not choose the path that leads to growth? This mindset fosters growth. It's not about reckless risk-taking. It's about making conscious, deliberate choices that resonate with your core values and higher self. When you find yourself at a crossroads feeling hesitant or uncertain about embracing the unknown or elevating your efforts, take a moment to ask yourself, why not? Why not pursue that promotion, embark on that project, or take a bold step toward your dreams? It is in these pivotal moments of decision that our destinies take shape. The key lies in posing the question, why not? It's not just about facing external challenges, it's also about confronting the internal narratives that hold us back. It's about challenging self-doubt, overcoming the fear of failure, and breaking free from the comfort of the status quo. This is a call to action, urging you to rise above mediocrity and tap into the potential for greatness that lies within you. Remember every Stoic hero you've encountered, from Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, to Seneca, the wise Roman thinker. They embraced challenges as opportunities for growth, refusing to settle for a life of ease and comfort. Instead, they pursued the path of virtue. Resilience and personal excellence arise from embracing the question, why not? When you choose to engage fully with life, you open yourself to growth, learning, and the chance to emerge stronger and wiser. So, the next time you feel hesitant, remember that you can redefine your narrative. You have the strength to surpass your perceived limits. Adopt a Stoic mindset and ask yourself, why not? You may be surprised by how far your curiosity, courage, and commitment can take you in the realm of Stoicism. This relentless pursuit of improvement aligns seamlessly with the concept of prokopton, which embodies the idea of making consistent progress or being a work in progress. The Stoics emphasized focusing on what they could control, specifically their virtues, actions, and responses to external events. They did not strive for perfection. Instead, they sought progress. This is what I encourage you to pursue: consistent, relentless progress. Consider this: improvement is at the heart of everything meaningful, whether it involves sharpening your skills at work, deepening your relationships, or cultivating inner peace. The essence of a fulfilling life lies in growth. When you are passionate about improvement, you naturally align with the Stoic virtue of self-mastery. You commit to the journey of becoming your best self, not for accolades or external validation, but because it represents the most authentic expression of living by your principles. However, it's important to remember that being dedicated to improvement doesn't mean being harsh or unforgiving toward yourself. Instead, it involves embracing a compassionate and persistent commitment to your growth. Celebrating small victories is essential while maintaining a relentless drive for the next level of your journey. It's critical to recognize that setbacks and failures will inevitably arise. However, in true Stoic fashion, we should view these not as defeats but as invaluable lessons and stepping stones toward personal growth and improvement. How can you cultivate this obsession with growth? Start by setting clear, intentional goals that resonate with your core values. Reflect daily on your actions and decisions, considering how they align with your aspirations for personal growth and development aspirations. Embrace challenges as opportunities to stretch your limits and learn. Most importantly, remain curious and open-minded, always ready to adapt and refine your approach. The journey of improvement is infinite. There will always be another layer to explore, another skill to master, and another virtue to embody. In this unending quest, we discover our greatest joy and fulfillment. Let's embrace our obsession with improvement, not merely as a means to an end, but as a way of life. As we travel this path together, let's support and inspire one another to reach new heights, become architects of our destinies, and live each day with purpose, passion, and an insatiable thirst for growth. Stoics are renowned for their resilience, steadfastness, and unwavering commitment to their values. When they dedicate themselves to something, they do so wholeheartedly, not for accolades or recognition, but because they understand that total commitment is the essence of living a virtuous and meaningful life. They engage fully with their duties and passions, never half-heartedly. They invest their entire essence into their pursuits, embodying the profound truth that the value of our actions is not solely measured by their outcomes, but by the fervor of our commitment. Give it all your means to channel your energy, focus, and determination into your passions, whatever form they may take. It is about awakening each dawn with the decision to eschew the mundane rhythm of life on autopilot. Instead, you resolve to shape your future with intention through your thoughts, choices, and actions. This journey requires more than just colossal dreams. It demands bold, resolute actions that propel you forward, even when the path is filled with obstacles and uncertainties. However, here's a crucial insight. Pouring your heart into your endeavors extends beyond mere action. It encompasses how you engage with life itself. It is about approaching every task, every relationship, and your self-growth with sincerity, fervor, and integrity. It calls for being fully present and engaged. Whether you're immersed in a project, cherishing moments with loved ones, or contemplating your evolution. When challenges inevitably arise, it's about summoning your courage and resilience. tapping into your inner reservoir of strength to navigate through adversity. So how can you start investing in your life? Begin by uncovering what genuinely resonates with you, your core values, your most cherished aspirations, and your deepest passions. Then, commit to pursuing these with an unwavering heart and soul. Set high standards for yourself and strive to meet them daily, not out of obligation, but driven by a genuine desire to live fully and authentically. Remember, giving it your all is not a momentary choice but a way of life. It is a deliberate decision you make daily, every moment and every breath you take. As you embrace this philosophy, you'll find that it not only propels you toward your dreams and surrounds you with a deep sense of fulfillment and purpose throughout your journey. Let's embark on this transformative journey together, uplifting and inspiring one another to give our best, to live with undeniable passion and intent, and to forge a legacy of excellence and virtue that withstands the test of time. For in the end, it is not just about the milestones we reach, but about who we become through the experience. We live in a world brimming with distractions, temptations, and, let's admit it, countless reasons to stray off course. However, here lies the extraordinary truth. When you commit to your path amidst the cacophony of life, you stand firm for something far greater. You honor your unique journey, your values, and ultimately, your very self. The Stoics recognize that life is filled with diversions that can lead us away from our true purpose. Yet it is precisely through our dedication to our course that we discover our strength and clarity of mind. They understood the importance of remaining committed to their principles and goals. For Stoics, staying on your path goes beyond personal achievement. It reflects integrity and character. So what does it mean for you to keep on your path? It involves having a clear sense of direction in life, understanding what you stand for, what you strive to achieve, and the kind of person you aspire to be. It means setting your sights firmly and navigating towards them, even when challenges arise and the waters become tumultuous. However, it's essential to recognize that staying on your path does not mean being rigid or inflexible. Life is inherently unpredictable, and a vital aspect of remaining true to your course is the ability to adapt to change. This involves learning from your experiences and making necessary adjustments while ensuring that these changes align with your core values and overarching vision. So how can you ensure that you stay on your path? It begins with self-awareness. Take the time to reflect on your values, goals, and vision for your life. Write them down, revisit them regularly, and use them as your guiding compass. Cultivate the discipline to make choices that align with your path, even when faced with challenges or unpopularity. Remember, resilience is essential. When you encounter obstacles or setbacks, view them as opportunities to strengthen your resolve and deepen your commitment to your journey. We are often taught to focus solely on outcomes, measuring success by what we achieve. However, there is immense freedom and power in releasing our attachment to specific results. This is where Stoicism shines, offering us a profoundly liberating perspective that can transform our approach to life and our understanding of success. The Stoics teach us that there are things within our control and things beyond it. Our efforts, intentions, and attitudes, these are within our control. However, the outcomes frequently involve factors that lie beyond our control. When we fixate on results, we set ourselves up for frustration, disappointment, and even despair because we cling to something we cannot truly command. So, what does it mean to shift your focus away from outcomes? It means pouring your heart and soul into your endeavors, giving your best to the task at hand, whether it is a project at work, a personal goal, or a relationship. It involves engaging fully with the process, embracing the challenges, and learning opportunities it presents without becoming overly attached to the final result. Imagine how liberating it feels to do your work with passion and diligence, not because of what it might bring you regarding rewards or recognition, but simply because you believe in it. What you're doing embodies the essence of Stoic wisdom, finding satisfaction and meaning in your actions, not merely their potential outcomes. However, let's be clear, focusing less on outcomes does not mean being indifferent to success or neglecting to set goals. Instead, it's about redefining success in terms of your actions and character. Did you act with integrity, courage, and commitment? Did you grow and learn? These are the proper measures of success from a Stoic perspective. So, how can you start incorporating this mindset into your life? Start by reflecting on your values and the person you aspire to be. Set your goals with these considerations in mind, prioritizing the qualities you wish to cultivate and the actions you plan to take, rather than focusing on the external rewards you seek. When you feel anxious about outcomes, gently remind yourself of what is truly within your control and try to redirect your focus toward your efforts and attitudes. Picture living your life as a mirror, reflecting not just what you project outwardly and what resides within you. If you're overwhelmed by negativity, fear, or bitterness, these emotions will inevitably impact your experiences and interactions. In contrast, by nurturing virtues such as kindness, resilience, and integrity, you allow these qualities to enhance your life, attract positive experiences, and foster meaningful relationships. The Stoics emphasize the importance of developing a strong, virtuous character, recognizing that this lays the foundation for a fulfilling life. They believed that while you cannot control the world around you, you can choose who you wish to be within it. By focusing on becoming the best version of yourself, you naturally create a life that reflects those qualities. But how can you embody the principle of you get what you are in your everyday life? Start with regular self-reflection. Examine your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors critically, yet with compassion, pinpointing areas where growth and improvement are both possible and necessary. Actively nurture the virtues that resonate with you, whether it is courage in the face of adversity, perseverance in pursuing your goals, or compassion toward others. Remember, this journey is not about achieving perfection or avoiding mistakes. It is about being aware of your internal state and understanding how it manifests externally. Always align your actions with your highest values and principles, even when facing challenges. And when you stumble, as we all do, embrace the humility and resilience needed to learn from your experiences and continue on your path of self-improvement. By adopting this Stoic wisdom, you empower yourself to be the architect of your reality. You recognize that while you cannot control everything that happens to you, you have immense power over how you respond and who you choose to be. As you align your being with your highest ideals, you'll find that the world around you begins to reflect that same quality and depth. Now, consider the obstacles you've faced in your own life. We all encounter them, whether they are minor inconveniences or monumental setbacks. Our instinctive reaction might be frustration, discouragement, or even despair. But what if instead we viewed these obstacles as hidden gifts? The essence of this Stoic principle lies in recognizing obstacles as catalysts for personal growth and self-discovery. When the Stoics discussed barriers, they did so with a profound awareness of the pain and difficulty that challenges can bring. They were not dismissive of life's hardships. Instead, they believed that within every obstacle lies the potential for equal or greater benefit lies within every obstacle. It is not the obstacle itself that shapes our experience, but how we choose to respond to it. By viewing obstacles as pathways, we transform ourselves from passive victims of our circumstances into empowered agents of change. So, how can you incorporate the idea that the obstacle is the way into your daily life? Start by shifting your perspective. When faced with a challenge, take a moment to ask yourself, What can I learn from this, or how can this situation contribute to my growth and development? Instead of allowing obstacles to deplete your energy and spirit, use them as stepping stones to build resilience, creativity, and perseverance. Embrace the understanding that the most rewarding journeys often involve the steepest climbs, the struggles you endure along the way, the barriers you overcome, and your persistence all contribute to your character development and personal narrative. Each obstacle presents an opportunity to practice virtues like patience, courage, and adaptability, ultimately shaping you into a stronger and wiser individual. Moreover, remember that overcoming challenges often requires innovative thinking and a willingness to deviate from the beaten path. During these moments of trial, we are compelled to expand our horizons, think creatively, and uncover new strengths we didn't realize we had. By embracing the Stoic perspective on obstacles, we nurture a profound sense of gratitude for the growth they inspire. We learn to appreciate the journey, with all its twists and turns, recognizing that the most valuable lessons often come from adversity. In the complex tapestry of life, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the magnitude of our ambitions or the intricacies of our challenges. We may wonder, what impact can my small contribution have? Yet it's crucial to remember that every significant achievement ultimately results from many smaller efforts. A series of seemingly insignificant actions shapes every outcome. The Stoics recognize that while we cannot control the larger results, we can govern our choices in each moment. They encourage us to focus on the present, to take on what is proper and necessary now, without succumbing to paralysis from the enormity of our tasks or fixating too much on distant goals. Do what little you can serves as a rallying cry, urging us to actively and purposefully engage with life, regardless of how small or modest our contributions may seem. So how can we apply this principle in our daily lives? Start by breaking down your larger goals into smaller, manageable steps. Focus on what you can achieve today, even if it's just one modest step forward. Remember, the emphasis is on consistency and persistence rather than the size of each action. Every small step is a building block, creating a foundation to support your larger aspirations. Additionally, this Stoic mindset encourages us to find value and meaning in the process, rather than just the result. Focusing on what little we can do makes us more present and engaged, often leading to increased effectiveness. We come to appreciate the journey, with all its twists and turns, recognizing that growth and fulfillment stem from our daily efforts and attitudes. By embracing this philosophy, we cultivate humility and resilience. We recognize our limitations, while affirming our agency and the impact we can make. We learn to be resourceful, adapt, and persevere, even when progress feels slow or unnoticed in a world that often measures success by material wealth, job titles, or social media followings. It is easy to lose sight of what truly matters, but what if we took a step back and re-evaluated our criteria for success? The Stoics teach us that true success is not about acquiring possessions or impressing others. It is about developing a strong character, living by nature and fulfilling our roles as human beings. It is about being honest, just, courageous, and wise, regardless of our circumstances. This approach to success is incredibly empowering because it places the power firmly in our hands. We may not be able to control the economy, the job market, and the opinions of others can influence us, but we can always control our virtues and actions. So how can we start to redefine our concept of success? It begins with introspection. Spend some time reflecting on what you truly value and what kind of person you want to become. Think about the qualities you admire in others and aspire to develop in yourself. Then, set goals that align with these values, concentrating on your personal growth and how you can positively impact the lives of others. Redefining success also involves learning to appreciate the journey, not just the outcome. Celebrate your efforts, resilience, and progress, even if they do not lead to immediate rewards. Remember, success in Stoicism is as much about how you face challenges and setbacks as it is about achieving your goals. It is about maintaining your integrity and equanimity regardless of external conditions. Additionally, redefining your concept of success can lead to increased fulfillment and happiness. When you're not constantly chasing external validation, you're free to focus on what truly brings you joy. You'll likely find that pursuing virtue and engaging meaningfully with the world is far more rewarding than any external achievement could ever be. In a society where so much emphasis is placed on approval and validation from others, it is easy to lose sight of our core values and motivations in the pursuit of being liked. However, Stoicism offers a powerful antidote to this external orientation, reminding us that our worth and choices should be grounded in our principles and virtues, not in the fleeting opinions of others. The Stoics teach us that seeking approval can be a form of enslavement. We become hostages to the whims and judgments of others, allowing their perceptions to dictate our actions and self-esteem. However, when we free ourselves from this need for external validation, we gain a profound sense of freedom and authenticity. We can act by our values and beliefs, pursuing what we genuinely believe to be correct and meaningful, regardless of whether it brings us popularity or praise. How can we begin to detach our actions from the desire to be liked? First and foremost, it requires cultivating a strong sense of self-awareness. We must examine our motivations to distinguish between actions driven by a quest for external validation and those that reflect our authentic selves. This journey is not always straightforward. It demands honesty and introspection. However, it is a vital to living a more genuine and fulfilling life. Next, we should focus on building confidence in our judgments and decisions. The Stoics emphasize the importance of reason and wisdom in guiding our actions. When we trust our reasoning and align our behaviors with our well-considered beliefs, we become less dependent on the approval of others. We can stand firm in our choices, even if they are unpopular or misunderstood, because we understand that they are based on our fundamental principles. Moreover, it's essential to embrace the notion that not everyone will like us. This is not only acceptable but also entirely normal and inevitable. Each of us is a unique individual with distinct values, beliefs, and perspectives, making it impossible to please everyone. Attempting to do so would require us to constantly alter ourselves to meet others' expectations, ultimately losing our true identity. Focusing on authenticity attracts relationships built on genuine respect and shared values. By focusing on authenticity, even when confronted with criticism or rejection, we can take comfort in knowing that we are living with integrity, adhering to our Stoic principles in a world that continually demands our time, attention, and energy. Learning to say no is an invaluable skill that plays a significant role in this process. It is not just about rejecting things we do not want to do, but about affirming our priorities, values, and autonomy. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what's truly important and within our control. And sometimes that means declining requests, opportunities, or even demands that do not align with our core values. The Stoics advocated living in harmony with nature, which included recognizing and honoring our limitations. They understood that our time and energy are finite resources and that we must use them judiciously. When it comes to allocating our time and resources, saying no becomes a crucial exercise in discernment. It ensures that we commit ourselves to what is genuinely meaningful and beneficial, rather than merely to what is urgent or requested of us. But let's be honest, saying no can be incredibly challenging. It requires courage, especially when we're conditioned to please others or when we fear missing out or disappointing people. However, the Stoic approach teaches us to value our judgment and make decisions based on reason and virtue, rather than fear or social pressure. When we say no from a place of calm conviction, we're not merely declining an offer, but making a profound statement about our priorities and commitment to living authentically. So how can we get better at saying no? It starts with clarity, knowing what you stand for, what you value, and what goals you are pursuing. With a clear sense of your direction and principles, it becomes easier to identify which requests align with your path and which do not. Remember, saying no doesn't have to be harsh or confrontational. It can be a simple and effective way to set boundaries. You can achieve this through kindness and respect, by expressing gratitude for the offer while firmly declining. Additionally, practicing how to say no can be liberating. It frees you from unnecessary burdens and commitments, allowing you to focus on what truly matters. It also fosters self-respect as you learn to honor your own needs and boundaries. This may lead to greater respect from others who will recognize your clarity of purpose and integrity. How can one truly let go in the face of difference? It is about understanding and internalizing. The distinction between what we can control and what we cannot is crucial. We can control our efforts, attitudes, and virtues, but we cannot control the outcomes, the actions of others, or the whims of fate. When we truly grasp this, we begin to free ourselves from the frustration, anxiety, and disappointment that arise from clinging to things beyond our control. But let's be clear, letting go doesn't mean not caring about anything. It means caring deeply about the right things, the things that are genuinely within our control, and accepting the rest with equanimity. It involves investing our energy wisely, channeling our passion and efforts into our actions, and letting go of our attachment to the outcomes. Imagine how much lighter you would feel if you stopped worrying about every little thing that didn't go your way. If you ceased to get caught up in dramas that do not genuinely concern your core duties and values. This is the freedom that Stoicism provides, a path to inner peace and resilience, no matter what life throws your way. So how can we cultivate the art of letting go of differences? It begins with mindfulness, paying attention to our reactions and gently reminding ourselves to distinguish between what is within our power and what is not. It also involves practice, like any skill worth mastering. We can start small with the trivial annoyances of daily life and gradually work our way up to bigger challenges. As we practice, we are likely to discover something remarkable. The less we try to control the uncontrollable, the more control we have over ourselves and our responses. We'll find a renewed sense of calm and clarity, even amid chaos. As we journey through life embracing the wisdom of Stoicism, we learn that our greatest strength lies within, in our ability to choose our responses, focus on what truly matters, and let go with grace. Remember, the path to tranquility and fulfillment is not found in external accolades or possessions, but in cultivating virtue, resilience, and inner peace. Thank you for joining me on this journey today, and for being an integral part of the Stoic Journal. Please continue to explore and deepen your understanding of this topic. By watching one of the suggested videos together, we grow stronger, wiser, and more grounded in the principles that lead us toward a life of purpose and meaning. Remember, every step taken with intention builds the road to your best self. Imagine a blacksmith hammering iron. Each strike is precise, and every moment contributes to something greater and sharper. The Stoics believed that life is forged similarly, through small deliberate actions performed with care and commitment. You don't have to master the entire path today. However, you are already succeeding. If you show up with focus, effort, and virtue, you are already succeeding. Consider a mountain climber ascending a high summit. The peak may seem distant, almost unattainable. However, the Stoic secret lies in the step, not the summit. Progress is made by putting one foot in front of the other, even when it's tough, especially when it's tough. You do your best not when everything is easy, but when you persist through resistance. Too often, we feel paralyzed by the size of our goals. The Stoics advise us to break life down into moments. Ask yourself, what can I do well right now? Not tomorrow, not next week, now. That moment of mindful action is your zone of power. It is in that narrow space where true greatness is created. Remember that doing your best is not about outperforming others. It's about surpassing your former self. In the Stoic view, the only real competition is with the person you were yesterday. Can you be more focused, more courageous, more composed than before? If so, then you are making progress, which is the essence of Stoic excellence. And finally, do not underestimate the power of your influence. The Stoics believed that by embodying virtue, you become a beacon to others by embodying virtue. When you live by example, honest, resilient, and calm, you inspire those around you. The ripple effect of your best efforts may change more lives than you will ever know. That is the quiet legacy of a life lived well. When you rise each morning, ask yourself, what virtue will I practice today? It might be patience in a traffic jam, courage in a meeting, or honesty in a difficult conversation. The Stoics urged us to treat every day as a canvas for personal growth and development. No day is wasted if you strive to be a little better, braver, and wiser. Even in silence, you can embody greatness. Marcus Aurelius often wrote in his journals late at night, reflecting not on his accomplishments, but on how he had responded. He understood that doing your best is not just about outward actions. It's about the quiet inner dialogues, the choices you make when no one is watching. And when failure comes, as it surely will, welcome it like a Stoic, with open arms and a clear mind. For it is in these stumbles that your strength is revealed. Doing your best does not mean never falling. It means striving to give your best. It means getting up each time, brushing off the disappointment, and moving forward with resolve. Transform every action into a ritual of excellence, regardless of how trivial, into a ritual of excellence. Whether you're tidying your room or composing, a report engage with intention and mindfulness. The Stoics held that how you do anything is how you do everything. Putting forth your best effort in small tasks lays the groundwork for achieving greatness in the more significant challenges ahead. Above all, embrace the understanding that doing your best is inherently valuable, not because it assures a reward, but because it connects you with your true self. To live virtuously and to fully engage in the present moment, this, according to the Stoics, is the essence of success. And that, my friend, is truly more than enough.